Hey everybody, I am sitting here with personal injury lawyer. This is Alex Eisner. What I love about Alex, there's a number of things, but one of them is he's a trial lawyer. So what he'll do is take chiropractors' cases to trial. Means he's got some teeth, he knows what's going on. But what I want to do is kind of reverse engineer this and go, you know what happens in court and in trial, what works.
Sure.
Let's go all the way to the front end and just look at what PI is doing in the midst of this COVID-19 crisis.
Yeah, so obviously everybody's hurting. There's fewer cars on the road. That means fewer people getting into accidents, fewer people out running and biking and jogging. That means fewer people getting into those types of pedestrian accidents and slip and falls. All of this is down. My firm is feeling it. I know lots of other PI firms are feeling it, that it's down. And I know that the chiropractors, because we're hearing from them, are also suffering from that lack of business. Also, a lot of them aren't accepting any walk-in business, so it's going to be tough for everybody for a little while. Mm-hmm. The upside is this. When people come out the other side of this, two things I think are going to happen. One is the floodgates are going to open. Everybody who's been meaning to go to the beach from Riverside is going to drive into the beach. Everybody who's been meaning to go out and do whatever it is they've been meaning to do is going to go ahead and do it, and that's going to mean a huge flood of cars on the road and a huge flood of people running and jogging and biking and using scooters and all the things that they do, which is great for them, and it also means that unfortunately they're going to get hurt, and that is unfortunate but also good for PI business. The other thing I want to talk about is kind of the mentality of the individual when they come out the other side of a crisis that might have hurt their wallet. In this case, we've got a lot of people out of work. A lot of people have been laid off or have taken pay cuts, and those people are going to be hurting financially. If one of those types of people, or not types of people, but people suffering under those conditions, get into an accident on the other side of this, they certainly are going to be the type of patient or client who is interested in getting maybe a bigger payday than they would otherwise.
So they become a bit opportunistic. So let's face it, if you haven't worked in a month and chiropractors watching this, your volume's down, your patient load's down, you feel an impact. Your take home, your profits are decreased. There are people that have no income. They have zero profits. And these wage workers, people that are doing important jobs around town haven't even been able to do that. So all of a sudden, if an accident should happen, which we know the numbers are going to go up, just by sheer numbers alone, more cars on the road equal more accidents. And if you've been on the freeway, it doesn't matter what state you're in the U.S., they're bare. The interstates are empty. The highways are empty. So all of a sudden, we get more people back on the road. The accidents will increase.
They will.
It's just a statistical fact. The mindset, usually after something like this, when someone's been devoid of a paycheck for 4 weeks or 6 weeks, or maybe they got furloughed and it's going to be even longer, they become a bit opportunistic.
They do. And here's the top tip on that. Protect yourself. People who are opportunistic, and that's, I take nothing, I completely understand if you're hurting for money and you get into an accident, you might be looking at that as a potential moneymaker. But be careful about that person who might in the end want more of that money for themselves than maybe they are entitled to. What does that mean? Make sure every client that you're treating on lien is signing a lien document.
Sign a lien.
Right. Make sure all of those people have attorneys that are also signing those liens. If the case doesn't look that good to you, if maybe they're at fault, or at least the police report says they are, even if they disagree, that might be a cash patient. You might not want to be putting that on lien. So these are the types of things you need to be looking out for just to protect yourself. Obviously, we're going to be, my firm and your office are going to be looking for these clients too. We're all going to be hurting when this comes back. So it's going to be tempting to just anything that comes in, sign it up, get it going, because we need to get that money stream going again. And I'm telling everybody that I can tell just to be careful.
Yeah, so Alex works for the Sean Steele law firm. He's the trial attorney. Sean Steele's 40 years in personal injury, teaches at the California Chiropractic Schools. Phenomenal reputation. So he's in the know, and they're very ethical, honest, and above board. Knowing that people get injured in accidents, I don't think that really changes, depending on the laws and what's going on. It doesn't change the fact people get hurt in car accidents. When they choose to pursue it or go a step beyond, oftentimes they're more inclined to do so after a time like this. They go, hey, look, I've been out of work, I am injured, I'm not able to go back to work now, or things like that play into it where they go, I can't even go earn a paycheck now that I'm capable. I definitely need to be compensated. And so be aware that the flood will be coming. Get the lien sign. It's your protection, docs, that you don't get hurt on these scenarios, you don't get stiffed on the bills for the work you legally and ethically do. And from a strategic standpoint, I would say as a chiropractor, it's a good time to reach out to your personal injury law firms because your volume's been down because there's just not the cars on the road. What that means is their caseload is down. They would love new clients. And if you can provide that, this is a good chance to strengthen your bonds between yourself and your favorite law firm or law firms and just say, hey, look, we have some cases, we have people coming in. They would love to reacquaint themselves with your business, although you can't go out to lunch right now because there's nowhere to go. But if you could reestablish those relationships, you're going to be coming out on the other side of this with a real opportune time to really be an asset to these law firms and strengthen your bonds and really do some good work for your patients in the process.
Right. It's also a great time for firms like mine to settle the cases that maybe have been on the back burner for a while. We've got a lot of insurance companies who are in really looking to get a lot of these cases off their books so that they don't end up with a big flood right when this is over. So we're finding that we are able to settle a lot of cases right now, even if we're not signing up a lot of cases. So if there's an old case on your books, been with a PI attorney for a while, also might be a good time to call them up and say, hey, whatever happened to that case? Might we, I've been done treating for a while. Might be a good time to get that one buttoned up.
Yeah. Final tip here: take a spin through all your files. Start with the oldest, come to the most current, and those old ones. A real simple call to your trusted PI attorney and say, hey, and the phrase when you use, what's the payment status?
Yeah.
Right. What's the payment status? They go, oh, I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Right.
And
yeah,
it could be an influx of cash. So get active in these times. Don't go low. Don't get bored. Get active. I would always tell you, you've got to be the opposite of what's going on in your practice. So start to cook things up. And this is Alex Eisner with the Sean Steele Law Firm. I am Brad Glowacki, and I hope this helps you out in some pretty crazy times. But good things are coming on the heels of this. We promise you that.
Take care, guys.